Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ba'd. So continuing the hadith from yesterday, even though I mentioned the rest of it at Isha, it's something that the crowd for Isha sometimes is not there for Fajr, so this is one of those things I will repeat. So we talked about when the Prophet ﷺ, when he would lie down for sleep, he would put his hand underneath his cheek and he would say, Allahumma bismika amutu wa ahya. O Allah, in your name I die and I come back to life, meaning I sleep and I wake up. وَإِذَا اسْتَيْقَظَ قَالَ. And when he would wake up in the morning, he would say, Alhamdulillahi alladhi ahyana ba'dama amatana wa ilayhi nushur. Says, praise be to Allah, the one who brought me back to life after he caused me to die, I go to sleep. Wa ilayhi nushur, and to him is the return. To him is the resurrection. So this narration is in Bukhari. So this tells us what we're supposed to say when we go to bed and what we're supposed to say when we wake up. Now there's another issue that a lot of people don't really reflect upon, and that is that a lot of people, when they say these things, they tend to memorize the dua. And they teach their children, or maybe they were taught as children, you memorize the dua in Arabic, whether or not you understand what it is. So there's many children, for example, when they go to sleep, say Bismillah, Bismika, Bismika, Allahumma, Bismika, amutu wa ahya. You say, my dear son, my dear daughter, what does that mean? I have no idea. This is what we were taught in Sunday school, what we're supposed to say. So there's two aspects to this. Imam al-Sakhawi, one of the great scholars of hadith, he comments on this issue in particular, and he says, the du'as that are mentioned in the Quran and that are mentioned in the Sunnah are like a prototype. It's teaching you the style in which you're supposed to be asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for something. It is not necessarily there for you to copy the exact same words, but making dua with what's called ma'thur is preferable to making dua with something else. But see, sometimes what happens is ma'thur means something that is a text, going back directly from the Quran or directly from the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But can you make any adjustments? Well, first of all, let's say sometimes Imam is leading prayer, like in Ramadan, Taraweeh, and he says, Rabbi ghfirli wa li walidayya. Oh Allah, forgive me and forgive my parents. So Sheikh Muhammad, he says, oh Allah, forgive me and forgive my parents. Everyone says, Ameen. So are we making dua for his parents? Or are we making dua for your parents? For our parents and his parents. So what happens is sometimes you make an adjustment in the dua based upon whether it was singular, you change it to plural, whether it was plural, you change it to singular, because it's not always exactly the context of what was mentioned in the Quran. So anyways, to make this short, Imam Sakhawi says that if you are not able to focus on the meanings in the Arabic language, or because the context of the Arabic language when you're reading it is not resonating with you, using any language or using any wording that is similar to the prototype of what's been given to you in the ma'thur is actually preferable. A lot of people don't understand this. So the point is, if you can memorize the understanding and the Arabic and you have presence of mind when you say it, that should be the default. If you can't, then it's perfectly fine to make dua in English. And when you make dua in English or your local language, you do it in a way that's going to give you presence of mind, and you do it in a way such that it's going to resemble the style and type of dua that we learn from the Quran and Sunnah. That's the khulasatul qawl. That's the summarized answer. Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to understand this and implement it in our families and our lives. Ameen. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum.